Margaret Thatcher would never have put up with the treatment meted out to the UK by the EU over the last year, and would have pulled the plug on the Brexit withdrawal agreement long ago, former Tory Minister Anne Widdecombe has said. Miss Widdecombe, who served as a Brexit Party MEP alongside Nigel Farage after being elected to the European Parliament last year, fears current PM Boris Johnson's refusal to walk away from negotiations once and for all will see the UK saddled with what she calls a lousy deal. However, she said it would not have been the case had Mrs. Thatcher, who led the UK from 1979 to 1990, still been in charge. Miss Widdecombe, who served as Minister of State for Employment and also Minister of State for Prisons under Mrs. Thatcher's successor, John Major, said, "I think that when the first deadline expired for a proper deal she would have said, that's it. But I also think that she would never have gone down this route of a new treaty. She would have said we are leaving and that's it. She would have said we are repudiating the Paris Treaty, we are leaving and that is the end of it. She would never have signed the withdrawal agreement." Miss Widdecombe suggested Mrs. Thatcher, had she, rather than Boris Johnson, replaced Theresa May last year, the UK would have walked out at that point. It's easy to say that, but at the point when Theresa May left and Boris took over, he still did not have a majority in the House of Commons because Theresa May had thrown away the majority she had held. I am not saying that at that stage Mrs. Thatcher could have done that much, but it is coming up for a year now since he won that huge election victory, and at that point, having made Brexit the central point of the election victory, I think Mrs. Thatcher would have said that is it. Boris signed the withdrawal agreement because he didn't have a parliamentary majority and it was all a massive mess. But a country can repudiate a treaty at any time, you are never bound by a treaty in perpetua. And we would have a trade deal. Instead of which, what he has been saying is we will keep it as long as we can get a trade deal.